Hi everyone, how are we today? My name is Kelsie Michaud, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a certified health and life coach, and I help emotional eaters take back control and eliminate cravings for good so they can just live a super healthy and confident life. So today's video is about stress relief for weight loss and some stress management tips that I want to share with you. And I'm bringing up stress today because everybody has stress. We live in a stressful world, and especially at this time, our stress is heightened with everything that's going on. So, with some of my clients who have been struggling to lose weight, in particular, I began to suspect that there was more going on than really meets the eye. So I encourage some of them to actually ignore the goal of weight loss entirely. Instead, we focused on managing the stress that they'd been ignoring, and then soon losing weight became a lot easier. So if you're here with me today, leave a hello, say hello, or let me know where you're from. If you're catching the replay, just let me know you're watching the replay. And, other than healthy habits that start to come, your healthy habits will start to come more easily once you start dealing with the stress, like sleeping through the night, finding the energy to actually exercise and, cooking healthy meals, especially after you've been, working a very long day. Hi, Robin. How are you? So this is what happens when you start to work with your body rather than, fighting against it every step of the way. So when you're buried underneath stress, everything seems harder. When you're when you prioritize your emotional health instead, you learn to actually be able to say no and honor your own well-being. And, that way you're setting your own boundaries, and you find ways to cope that don't actually involve, diving face first into a bag of chips instead. That way you can free up some space and some energy that you need to feel healthy and lose weight if that's what your goal is. So when you're stressed, nothing else seems to matter at that time. Hi, Kelsie, how are you? Especially, according to your body. So if you're trying to lose weight while you're chronically stressed, it's like trying to run a marathon. Imagine like somebody on your back, like you're trying to run a marathon with like giving somebody a piggyback. So, you might make it across that finish line at some point, but it's going to make it a lot harder than it really needs to be. So I see clients all the time who have high stress levels and they struggle with weight loss. And the reason being, when your sympathetic nervous system is kicked in, when that's on, it's like your body's smoke alarm almost. It's constantly going off. And in this state, it's hard to pay attention to anything else, and it's hard to determine whether something really is truly alarming. So here's why you might want to focus less on counting calories and more on actually managing the stress if you're someone who's trying to lose weight. So stress makes everything seem harder. We have a certain amount of energy and hours in the day, and when we have to deal with stressful situations or cope with what's to come after that stressful situation, then we have less time for those healthy habits. So that means, we might struggle with sleep. We don't find time to meal plan as often. We're skipping our workouts, or, your gym might even be closed at this time. And, that no longer even gives you that as an option, which can only add to the stress of things. So if we continually just stress, it's going to be harder to lose weight because stress produces cortisol, and then cortisol is also linked to triggering our cravings for comfort foods. So on top of all of that, the stress is then increasing our insulin levels, which affects our ability to actually burn off those comfort foods. So it's just this vicious cycle that goes on and on. So we want to stop that cycle. So the stress is actually what's taking away your self-control. So what's actually happening is that the stress is depleting your energy. It's taking it all away because you would otherwise use that energy to exert your self-control. So let's say, for example, you have a boss who is maybe just on you all day. He's being a pain. and someone offers you a cupcake in the middle of the afternoon, well, you're going to find it a lot harder to say no to that cupcake. And that's because our impulse control takes a hit, when we're feeling that distress. So we look for ways to feel better, and oftentimes that cupcake is an easy answer. So if you're chronically stressed, your self-control will just continually be at a heightened level from any number of sources. It could be even just being stuck in traffic, or you spilled your coffee, or you have some miscommunication over something with somebody. You name it, your stress is going to continually be heightened. So we all have our daily stressors. Life happens, and especially now a lot of us are under even more stress with everything that's going on, with trying to stay healthy and trying to do what we can to support one another with the coronavirus that's going on. And, but the thing is, if our stress levels, if we have our stress levels kind of under control, then when something stressful does happen, it's just a little bump in the road, and then it's easier to come back down and deal with what's going on. So I have some tips on how you can start to deal with stress to help your healthy habits feel a lot more manageable. So, hi Teresa, thanks for coming on. Hi, let me say Mukesh. Did I say that correctly? Please let me know. Correct me if I did not. So, but thank you for being here. Thanks for coming on. So first of all, number one, I want you to admit that you're stressed. So have you ever heard that you can't pour from an empty cup? Well, chronic stress drains that cup. So once you start to manage it, all of your health goals will feel a whole lot easier. So, two, hold steady or try to scale back, because instead of looking at this as a stressful time, as feeling like there's so much that you want to do or get done. For example, your gym may be closed due to the coronavirus right now. So you think of it as a time to give your body a break instead. Your body needs rest and it needs to recuperate just as much as it needs the exercise. So remember, there's always some form of exercise that you could do at home. So by scaling back slightly, you can set yourself up to succeed, which actually builds confidence and helps you to alleviate that stress by trying to fit it in a lot better. And by doing that, then you're participating in these, just good health behaviors that also promote weight loss and maintenance of your weight loss. And you want to try to shift your focus to more like stress relief, because remember, weight is just a number, and giving it too much power can be stress in itself. So if we take that piece out of the equation and we look at our healthy behaviors, like how much water am I drinking? What am I eating? What is my activity level like? How is my sleep and my stress level? Hi, Melissa. How are you? Thanks for coming on. When we take care of all of these sorts of things, then we're going to lose weight. So especially if that's your goal. So if we're completely focused on a number that's out of our control, then we're just going to be creating more stress. So how to stick to some commitments to yourself when you're tired and you're stressed out. Let's talk about that. So first of all, I want you to make more time for play, because self-care is just, you can ease self-care by sometimes, if you forget to include more than, it can include more than just your fitness and nutrition. I often will recommend clients take up a hobby, that it could have nothing to do with their weight loss, but hobbies can actually reduce stress. It can make you feel more calm and more relaxed. And studies have actually shown that participating in like leisure activities is actually linked to lower body mass index. So, plus, if you have kids, your kids love to play, and a lot of us have our kids home right now. So, there's so many things we can do with the kids that can help make this a less stressful situation that we're living in right now. And you can just get on the floor with the kids, color with the kids, anything, and that's going to bring your stress level down, and that's going to make them happy. And when they're happy, that brings your stress level down again. So, also, try to start and end your day with some something calming. So I encourage you to set the tone for the day with just a few minutes of relaxation, like something like yoga, meditation, prayer, some deep breathing, all of which can help just lower your stress levels. If we're not actually incorporating these on a daily basis, if we're not incorporating these coping mechanisms on a daily basis, then, or even these relaxation techniques, or some good old me time, that helps us keep our stress level down and our stress from, just adding up. So winding down at the end of the day it can help your sleep, and sleep affects our weight, and it will affect your mood as well and how you're feeling, and then your cravings, and it's just, like I said, that vicious cycle. So if you're doing something to relax your body before you actually go to bed, like some yoga or some meditation, you're going to probably sleep better, and then you're not going to have those cravings the next day, and you're going to feel better, you're going to be in a better mood. So they all connect. And this in turn helps with your weight goals, but most importantly, it will help you help your day to feel a little less stressful. So I hope this was helpful for you. I know we're living in a stressful time right now, and I hope these small tips were helpful for you. And if you have any questions at all, please just leave them in the comments. And if you want to reach out to me and talk further about your own personal health and weight goals, feel free to either comment or PM me, however you're comfortable reaching out. And I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.